Hello and welcome, thank you for tuning in. In today's video, I am going to be going through the basics of how to find your bra size from start to finish. As a bra boutique owner, online bra selling impresario, the number one question I get all the time is, how do I know what my bra size is? How do I measure my bra size? So I thought I should go through this from start to finish. Now, before we get started, I have a little tiny favour to ask you. If you don't mind, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and it really helps it with YouTube and with the algorithm, and also helping women to find their ideal bra sizes. So let's get back to today's video. As I said, my number one question I get is, how do I measure my bra size? How do I know what size I am? And I am going to show you how to do this. So if you've got kind of any knowledge of how this works, this video might be a little slow going. So I would suggest that you watch one of my previous videos on bra sizing. This is for beginners. This is for people that have no clue. I think you've got the message. So when it comes to measuring your bra size, you want to be wearing a bra that fits you the best. Now I know that you've come to this video to find your actual bra size, but we want to be, it's kind of chicken and egg. We need a bra that kind of fits in order to be able to get a better fitting bra. So there are certain bras that I do not want you to use when it comes to measuring your bra size. Sports bras. Now, a lot of people will use sports bras that use compression. So basically with the compression method, it smushes you to your breasts, to your chest, which therefore means it's not going to give you an accurate measurement because your breasts are smushed. So please don't use a sports bra. Do not use a molded cut bra or anything with any padding. Now it stands to reason, the reason being is that if you use padding, it's going to increase your size because there's padding in the cups. So don't use this because we're trying to get as accurate a measurement as possible. Now, no wire versus wire. I would prefer you to use an underwired bra because with a no wire bra, the bigger you get, potentially the placement of your breasts may be lower. So if we can get an underwire bra, because what we're trying to do is get your breasts in the middle of your chest. So we're trying to get all that breast tissue up and in somewhat of this central area because we want all the volume to be higher. So this is your ideal style of bra. It's unlined, it is underwired, and you can see there's no padding in that cup. This is what you want to be wearing when you take your measurements, ideally. So with bra fitting, there's still only one way of measuring bra size, and it's been the way that we have used or worked for decades, and it involves needing the following items. You will need a tape measure. Doesn't matter what tape measure you use, you just need one that measures in inches. You will need a piece of paper. Now you can see I've got my whiteboard, which is rather large. You don't need anything this big, it's just for the purpose of the video, but you do need a piece of paper, and you're going to need a pen, and you're going to need either your phone or a computer, and this is going to become apparent later on in the video. So what do we need to do? Well, first of all, I would never want to measure in something like this. I also don't think you need to measure bare-chested or just with your bra on, but it's entirely up to you. And for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to take this little t-shirt off, and ta-da! I've got my tank top on, which you can see, and you can see my little bra poking out. This is a non-lined bra, and it's my best fitting bra so far. You can see that my boobs are in the center of my chest, which is what we're after. Oopsie. You can see my boobs in the center of my chest, which is what we're after. This bra fits me reasonably well. So what we need to do first things first is we're going to figure out the band size. Now the band size is this part. It's the part, your chest wall size. That's a bit of a mouthful, but this is your band size. We're going to work this first. So we need our tape measure, and take note of where the 0 starts on your tape measure. This one has all of this spare before the numbers actually start, and we're measuring in inches. So we want to go around the rib cage, and ideally if you have somebody to help you, that's ideal. If not, you can do this on your own. It can be done, don't worry. So you want to measure around your rib cage, and what you want to do before you take the initial measurement is breathe in and then breathe out, because we don't want it to be too tight and we don't want it to be too loose. So we measure our rib cage, chest wall, make sure it's level. Now I'm hoping mine is level. I don't have a mirror, so normally you could do this in front of the mirror, or if you have somebody to help you, they can say, oh, you're a bit off, you're a bit wonky. So if mine is a little wonky and a little off, I apologise, but you get the idea. It's supposed to be straight all the way round. So we're going to use me as an example. So I am measuring 28. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Let go. So I am measuring 28. I'm also going to be doing a measure and showing you what to do if your numbers are odd, because even's really easy to work out. But what happens if you're odd? So at this point, I am 28 inches. That's my band size. I don't want you to add anything to the band. I do not want you to add 4 inches to your band if you're even, 5 inches if you're odd, because that was the old way of doing it. It doesn't work. It means that the band will be way too big and you're getting no support. So my band is 28. I hope that made sense. Now we're trying to work out our cup size. So what we now do is we start again, taking a note of where the 0 is. I know I'm going really basic here, but I really want you to get a full understanding of how this works. And it should also make sense as to why I was asking you not to wear certain bras when measuring, because what we now need to do is measure around the fullest part of the breast, which usually tends to be your nipple line. So especially if you've got your bra placed in a central spot. So can you see where this is placed? You see this is tracking around, and this is why you need your breast to be in the center of your chest so that you can measure, because this is where a bra would normally fit you, and this is taking into account where that bra fits. Now I am measuring 35, so we put 35. But before we get to calculating what the size is, I hear you saying, well, what happens if my my boobs feel like they're sagging a little bit, or they're not in the center of my chest? What do I do? Well, there's a few options for you. Make sure you've tightened your straps to get your breasts to lift to where they need to be. If you've tightened your straps and you're still experiencing a little bit of drooping, and you're like, well, I'm lifting them up, but how do I measure? This is where you need help with somebody else to do that, because you really ideally need your breasts to be up front and center. And by the end of this, you'll be finding bras that give you that front and center uplift and support, but you might just need somebody to help you just to lift them to here so that you can get them to measure, or they can measure directly under to get your band size and then the fullest part of your breast. So back to where we're up to. So we've got the band size, we've got a measurement of the cup size. Now, we all know that cup sizes start AA, A, B, C, D. So how do we get this measurement, this number, to equal a letter? Well, this is where your childhood, school, math if you're from the US, or maths if you're from the UK, come in. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 35 away from the 28, which gives us 7. So I've got 7 inches of difference. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to work out the difference between the band size and the cup size. And you take the 35 away from the 28, gives you that 7, okay? So now we have that 7 inches. How do we determine what the cup size is? Well, this is where you need your phone. And the reason you need your phone is because guess what I did? As a website owner, I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a chart on the website that you can easily access, because I'll leave the link down below, and it's going to tell you simply what that difference is in a cup size. Does that make sense? So we've got that 7 inches. So I've gone to the website, and according to the website, I don't know if I can show you this. According to the website, you can see the difference in inches. So mine was 7. So you can see that 7 equals a G. And this is a USG. Now I have it on brasandhoney.co.uk as well for people that are in the UK. And 7 inches would equal an F in the UK. So we now have the cup size. So I'm just going to take this off my board. So we now know that from this 35, let me make this a little smaller. Let's move this up. So we now know from the band size and the cup size, I should be wearing a G. But what about my band size? Well, ideally, my band size was 28. And I would always say to you, you start your bra fitting journey with what your band measures. So I measured 28. If somebody came into my boutique, if you're lucky enough to live in San Diego, you can come in and visit me. If you don't, then we can do a virtual fitting. We can do all of this. Or if you're confident enough after this video, which is the whole point, you can do it yourself and let me know how you get on in the comments below. Anyway, if you are measuring a G in the cup, I would always say you should try a 28 band, because this is what I was measuring. So I would always start somebody in store with the size that they're measuring, and that would be a 28. So this is what my ideal, let's change this. I feel like a teacher today. This is what my ideal bra size would be, 28G, and that's the US size. If it was the UK, it would be a 28F, which is what ideally I would start at. And with this, with using a tape measure, it's not perfect. It just gives you a guide, and I want you to use it as such. Now, if it's a 28, I might think because I'm hitting right on that 28, a 28 might be a little bit too tight for me. So I would sister size up in the band. And if you're wanting to know more about sister sizing, I will put a link down below to a video with regards to sister sizing. But this is giving me a starting point. When you come into the shop or go to get bra fitted anywhere, we always start with a tape measure, and then we start with a idea of what size you are, because there's other things that come into bra fitting, such as your breast shape, what you're looking for from a bra, what you're using the bra for, but this is where we go. So, as I said previously, it's really easy to work out what your band size is if it's even. But what happens if you measure your band and it's not even? It's not an even number, it's actually an odd number. So let's do that, and we'll do one for ladies that measure an odd number in the band. So we measure around the rib cage, and we've gone round. We're taking into account where the zero stops, where the zero is, because as I said, mine got lots of white before that zero kicks in. We breathe in and breathe out. I feel like it's a yoga class. And we measure around here. And for the example for this video, I'm gonna say I'm measuring 33. So the band this time is 33. So let's put that here. 33. And then my cup measurement is measuring, and this is just for the video, this is just to give you a different alternative way of working out if you are getting an odd number. And on here I'm measuring, say, 40. So I've measured around the fullest part of my breast, as you know, and I'm getting 40. So that number is going to be the cup size. So we've got to work it back to work out how this number becomes a cup size. And how we do this is, again, we go to the phone and we go to Bras and Honey and we go to that page that has the bra size calculator. So we've written the band size down, it's 33, or the band size measurement is 33. The cup size measurement is 40. What we need to do now is take the 40 from the 33, which is going to give us a difference of 7. And we're going to need this number. But we're not going to do anything quite yet with regards to this number. We're just going to put the difference. So we've got the difference of 7. Now, what we need to do is work out what our band size is, because we have got an odd number of 33. So what I always tend to do when anybody comes in to see me and gets fitted, whether it's in store or virtually, I always round up, never down, because I always find if you go down, it can be a little bit too small in the band or a little bit too tight. So what I would do is I would round you up to a 34. Now we've already got the different measurement. So we've already got this 7 inches, which is going to give us the cup size. And what I want you to do is go to the link that I will put below again, which takes you to the Bras and Honey website page, which takes you directly to this bra measuring chart. So we look for the difference, and all of this is always in inches, and it's 7 inches difference. So 7 inches equals a G. Okay, now it would mean that I would start you in a 34G US or a 34F UK. And that, my dears, my lovelies, my ladies, gentlemen, whomever is watching, that is how you measure bra size. That is how you calculate your bra size. And I hope by watching this video, you now know how to calculate your bra size. Remember though, this is just the starting point. You sometimes, because all brands fit differently, you need to try. There is some trial and error involved. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Until next time, thank you and goodbye.